to great effect against... actually, no, it was the map that they lost, wasn't it, against Ents? I'm just jogging my memory back. So we can get underway with Nuke here. Excited for this one to get underway. The Polish derby hopefully delivers for us, but there will be a Polish team making it to IEM Brazil. Which one, we don't know. But we're about to find out, of course. Pistol well underway, and here we have a quick one coming round from HONORIS just straight through the squeaky door. Samey going to find the head of two, making a third from lunAtic, and now just two remaining in on the site itself. Hades can't get anything done, and a totally disrespectful just run straight in, not even nading the door. They have certainly not come to play passive today. Mynio left on 1 HP. Whoa, nice find onto one, to be fair to him, but that's all he's going to get.
That's a bit of a corker of a shot on towards Taz. I'll give him the credit where it's due. Doesn't make a difference. HONORIS kickstart their map pick emphatically. 1-0 on the board, and Nuke in a really good place right now. And I've got to say for HONORIS as well, they have just been continuing to upset and surprise team after team. And, well, I mean, they've got themselves towards this place, taking out some pretty decent teams. Hence, you know, that's an important victory under their belt. And, of course, sets themselves up with confidence brimming in towards Nuke. Like we said, 16-11 they beat them yesterday. And looking to replicate the same sort of result. Nade coming through. Okay, we'll take a little bit of that damage. Deagle in hand, but he's playing up close around that smoke.
Oh, nice find onto K. Reiko was one of the louder fraggers yesterday. Going to get tagged up this time by Hades, though. Does need to be careful. This is the big danger man over on this 9 side of things, who have been looking really impressive over the past sort of 3 or 4 months or so. In their own right, not just, you know, the past day. They're on a 5-match winning streak at the moment. Champions of ECL. Really, really impressive team. So, HONORIS are going to have their work cut out once again, but if they can dig as deep as they did yesterday, it feels like the sky's the limit.
I feel that. Smoke towards our side. Maybe a little bit of a room to work with, but deciding not to even use it. Regardless, back in towards lobby. Space being created for HONORIS. Time ticking, though. We saw there's a lot against Ents yesterday where they're more than happy just to play with the clock, right? Really leave things quite late. But they want to test Hades and that scout over towards ramp, but it's going to come momentarily.
Nice shot onto the first. Oh, the tags continuing to land. Scout looking good for Hades. Goofy going to chime in with one of his own as well. The force buy is super successful. I think it's going to be 1, to be honest with you. 4 versus 2. Recovered Galil. Yeah, this is not going to happen. They just do not have the HP bars. They'd maybe even be lucky to get a bomb plant, to be honest with you. Hades has really given them the run around from the back box here. Just waiting on some teammates to come and join him, or is he? No scope lands and a wide swing onto Taz. Hades, hello. Huge 4K from him, and the force by 1 out from 9.
The new boy on the block. Hades take a bow. That's a fantastic round. Really stepped up to the plate. I made a massive difference there. That's a cracker to take in his favor. And now that completely changes the headwind of this game. All tied square, but 9 the advantage in their court. HONORIS back down to, well, square 1 for them. Really, really well played from Hades. Of course, he'll upgrade it to an AK. Heading in towards round number 3. But I can't really see HONORIS doing all too much in this round. It's nice nades to start things off.
Good pickup coming in from Hades. Oh, nice find from Samey, but this should ultimately be cleaned up. Yeah, just somewhere down the middle. I'm definitely curious. This is something I've talked about quite a bit, doing this, where the full spend, you're still in with a pretty bad buy when the money comes back towards you. So I'm kind of a fan of going somewhere down the middle, not full spending in this one, maybe another somewhere down the middle in the next round. And then you have a nice, comfortable buy when it comes, yes, later than usual, but you know, you give it your best shot rather than maybe having a guy with a Galil or an AK with lesser utility.
Oh, I agree. I think, you know, we've seen a couple of different setups come through. There's a variety of situations you can kind of put yourself in with the current sort of meta around the economy. I say current, right? I mean, I feel like the changes were like 4 years ago, but it's still we're always going to say current. It's like everyone says they were a different rank before the rank reset, even though that was like 7 years ago. But there's a couple of different ways we like to go about it. I still think at times people can get very overzealous with the buys coming through, especially when you full buy in on a T side, but you didn't get a bomb plant. I always kind of question myself of sort of what's the point? because you're never really going to have any sort of stability, just a few pistols to work with. Here, like you said, I don't mind it. I think, you know, sometimes we've seen these sort of buys have some success. Unfortunately, this has not been the case. Actually, a bomb going down here is not bad. So I wasn't a 1 versus 3. Granted, winning the round is going to be tough, but getting the bomb plot at the very least, silver lining and a little bit more cash for them to work with. Dancing back round, looking for one, finding it, can't quite make it a second as Kylar would trade. Woo, that got close though. That got mighty close.
Yeah, really making them work for it, and you know, I think that's going to be the trend here. HONORIS were very hard to put away, even on the maps that they lost, even on the rounds that they lost yesterday. So I feel like you got to watch out for them, and they are on a high right now, I'm sure, after winning and making it this far. Not letting the pressure get to them. That's what was really good yesterday, that under the pressure they performed so very well against both the teams. I mean, we even said that Heat on paper should be able to take them, but they couldn't.
Well, for HONORIS, I'm going to say, you know, we've seen the first full attempt at a buy coming through. I gotta say, I don't
know if I like this.
Yeah, I'm not brimming with confidence when it comes to it. Just the fact that you got a double glil coming in, but most importantly, there's no util, right? And that's the thing that's going to make the Seaside so tough. They can't even drop outside smokes. K could technically have an absolute field day towards outside because they're not smoked off. Going towards secret without smokes, it's a death sentence.
Yeah, this is just a total change from, I think, what they were going for. Thanks to the bomb plan. I don't like this at all. We'll see how the trades look, I suppose. And there's reiko, proven us wrong. Individual level looks stronger. And they just can't believe their eyes, I would imagine. You know what I mean? The one thing they have working for them on the HONORIS side is what happens when you go outside? You put the smokes down, and then you cross either one or the entire team into lower. They've gone against the rule book, thrown it out the window, bonked a couple of the players on the head of 9, and apparently just dry swinging from T-Red is effective.
My God. Reiko, I mean, he is seriously crisp. Those 2 shots towards our side, especially on towards the AWP as well. Pretty damn good. I gotta say, pretty damn good. But for now, all goes quiet as it's just a save call for mynio. Can't really afford to bring anything to the table in towards the next. Other than an AK, at the very least, is better than nothing. I don't think he'll be checked in towards his cubby by Suka, so we're all good. HONORIS gonna tie things up 2 rounds apiece. And of course, having a bit of an effect over towards 9, but they just don't have a lot to bring to the table themselves. Very interesting round for round affair here so far. My God, this has been some brilliant Counter-Strike. For me, it's a bit of a question now what the 9 do in terms of their buy. Hades could technically... Yeah, I was going to say, Hades could technically buy in towards a scout, and he did it earlier, and he got a 4K. I kind of didn't believe in him earlier, and he proved us wrong. Now a part of me wants to believe in him.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. But it's going to be a speedy one coming in from HONORIS, at least initially. I don't think they're going to follow up on those nades, but a lot of them coming out. Slowed back down to a standstill. They're very unsure of what they are facing off against here.
A lot of mynio, right? So much pressure on this man to find success. Hades tentative as he rotates back over towards ramp, but Sobble open things up. mynio falls. Kylar follows suit. He's crumbling.
Falling apart pretty quickly. Goofy will manage to recover the AK. Not able to find anything with it. Sobol left very low indeed. They're going to drop down towards this B bomb site, taking their time once again, as they have done many a time on this map across the course of a couple days. lunAtic with the 180. You are joking. Do not believe it. That should secure them the bomb plant as well as the round. The remaining 2 just going to save for the next round.
Going to take the IGL leading from the front. Sobble will fall. He's already opened things up in towards this round. So 2, well, of an AK, maybe 2, saved over in towards the next. Actually, a bit of a silver lining on what was, well, I mean, not a lot brought to... Around. I don't need really the scout and that 1 saved AK. So anything that are walking away was actually not too bad. It was never really going to be a 1 round. So I don't really mind things too much yet. Double AK saved. HONORIS don't really want to tempt fate with a hunt. I don't mind this as well. Make sure that they keep as much in their back pockets as they can, and they will. It's HONORIS for the first time who take a lead. Or conclusively take a lead, may I say. Of course, and now we can start to see this side build on it. Of course, because 9 pretty fully invested in towards round number 5. They can't really support those 2 saved AKs as much as they'd want to. I've seen teams go for full buys here and kind of just try and hard reset their economy. I think it'll be super risky. I'd rather than just stay around 2k, and they will, thankfully. So double AK in play. What a Goofy and Hades do with them.
Yeah, you'd expect maybe a little bit of damage, but ultimately should be another round for HONORIS on the board. Moving pretty slow in this round. They are once again unsure of what they're up against, and it is kind of the HONORIS way. They grind the rounds down all the way to the bottom, and then they go for an execute into the latter stages of the round. Now, 9 might be used to this. This is one of the things that we don't know, right, when it comes to things like scrimming, being, you know, national enemies, let's say. They're ultimately, working on that. And here we go. We've got Hades and Goofy finding a couple with the AKs. Their confidence at an all-time high. Kai's going to recover one. Either way, round looking pretty good for 9.
I gotta say, this is sort of winnable. It's a 3 versus 5. Make that a 4. Oh my god, Kylar gets tagged through the hut as well. I don't think he'll know, but he's done a lot of damage on towards Kylar. Does he understand that he's close? Yes, he does. Samey. Kylar's a bit of a menace. However, there is 35 seconds to work with, and they haven't made a decision on the site yet.
25 seconds now, and really slowly making their way in. Mynio's going to be the line of defense here. He's only got a P250, but there's a good chance that he goes unchecked. Oh, they're actually going towards heaven. Nearly. If he'd been a second later, I would have had him in for a kill there. Not going to happen for him. Just going to be down to the recovered weapons. It's Goofy at the back, but reiko gets the double spray down to save the round. Unbelievable scenes in from heaven. All 3 of them channel on top of each other and nearly get ruined. But reiko bails HONORIS out of an embarrassing moment.
I got way too close for comfort. Especially when that 3rd AK gets scooped up, you're thinking, surely not. Not like this, and now I'm going to walk away with a round of nothing. It isn't to be, of course. They do have a full buy of their own heading in towards the next. Open play for Hades. This guy with a scout. Picked up a 4K. Makes you wonder what he can do. Arguably, the better one. But I do see some people make arguments that they prefer their scout because of the movement speed. So I can sort of see it there. More aggro sense. I've seen Manesi look like an absolute animal with a scout. Hades, of course, doing his best impression of it. A 2-round buffer for HONORIS. So far, this T side, pretty damn good.
Yeah, looking really good indeed. They're going to go charging in towards this A-bomb site. Goofy finds himself a double, though, holding on to the mini control that they so desperately need. Samey on the edge of the smoke will take him down. A mess all around, 3 versus 3, but they've got a semblance of A control. It's not perfect, but they're in. Hades still chilling towards the back end of the vent. Gonna go round for a peek, and he loves peeks like that. Oh, takes out Samey, ready for him on the edge of the smoke. Glorious stuff from Hades. Having a field day at the moment, up to 9 frags. Now 10. Easy stuff for Hades. That is a big round for 9.
Oh, it's just one of those days from him, isn't it? The new boy in the block for 9. Coming in and just making it look oh so clean. That was so quick. That second shot, by the way. My God. Lightning fast reactions. 9 go within reaching. Very close to tying this game up. Of course, what we said for HONORIS, a very good start from them. 4 rounds on the T side. Really respectable. They need to be getting sort of upwards 6 or more if they want to make this at least comfortable, secured, locked in. Before they flip on towards the CT side. Gap in that smoke actually could be a little bit of a problem. And Hades will make sure it's used effectively. Tazzle fall.
That's going to go down pretty easily. 5-on-4 ensuing then. HONORIS stuck for ideas, not really sure of where to go from here. They've been thwarted so far, thrown completely off by that early frag, and they just are back to the drawing board within the round itself. The only thing that they have really is the fact that lunAtic's down below. Sobol going to try and get cheeky, but Goofy in a pretty unbeatable angle up there. Yep, even on the trade, they can't find him. So looking very good here for 9 to even things up.
He'll got a bit of space to work with as well. But actually, lunAtic doesn't want to test those waters. The IGL doubling back. 3 remaining alive for HONORIS, but this is looking like prime real estate for 9 to tie this game up at 4 apiece. Once again, the HONORIS, they are so happy just to play with this clock. It's a bit of a... It's a CIS standard, these slow tempo rounds, but it seems to be working. Kylar will fall, but a quick trade from K brings things back in their favor, and Hades will make sure this one's seen off. He will fall, but time is ticking, the bomb is dropped.
He's going to go for it. He actually fakes out on the plant. They do get a little bit giddy here, and he gives it another opportunity at the 1 versus 2 now. Goes in for a safe plant around the back end of the site. Okay, he's the first line of defense. I think he spotted them both going for the jump peek up. It's not out of the question for reiko to get this done, you know. Okay, going round the right. And out from the left, he will peek, but mynio takes him down. It was close for a second. He makes it very costly in the end at the very least, but 9 will even things up.
Yeah, it was, you know, a good attempt. Into the 1 versus 2 with thinking possibilities. Yeah, not to beat. Orb, of course, collected back once again. It'll be dropped over towards Hades. This guy continues to farm. 12 to 5, 131 ADR. 161 ADR. My God. Safe to say he's having one of those days, one of those games. HONORIS can't really keep up with him just yet. reiko doing a good attempt at it. Look towards yesterday as well. Sobol, he really had some serious impact against Ent. Samey as well. When he had the open play, he was able to be, you know, quite the problem. But I think for Samey, one thing that really helped him was some Pius was very weak yesterday. Hades isn't. If Hades has one of these days and it continues throughout the series, Samey might struggle to compete.
Yeah, that's very true. I think, again, individually, you know, this team just looks way better. Hades is running rings around them at the moment on the CT side.
My God.
Yep.
He's quick. Just what can he do?
Just don't go near him, I guess. Okay, good for 1. Samey going to be left low here. Oh, yeah, dangerous repeat from mynio, though. I've seen those before. There will be a head taken off. He's traded pretty instantaneously here. Deagle of Sobol can't get anything done. And it will be 9 taking the lead then. So pretty substantial run of rounds here from 9 and keeping them away from bomb plants and everything. Really good look right now for the CT side.
Yeah. Love and life. I'm going to keep saying it because it's worth saying. Hades is having one of those days. This guy's unbelievable right now. Not missing anything. Now, of course, I know it's a low buy. Still using an AWP and making it just feel like it's just aimbots, isn't it, right? He's just loving life. In the warm-up, in the DM. 15 and 570 plus ADR. And he's still getting confident. Look at this. This is so outgoing. He'll continue to push forward as well. He might actually get a bit of a freebie.
Oh, mynio going to be ready for Sobol down the vent, though. Yeah, that's unfortunate. They were reading in pretty well. HONORIS have become a little bit predictable in some of these rounds, and that is a position that you do not want to be in. They had a pretty decent T-side read against Ents. Anything but over here. Oh, running out of ammo. If only he had the 5 bullets, eh, folks? Nonetheless, trade will come back through onto K. It's still a 4v3.
Things go quiet once again. This is the HONORIS standard. Whether they're up in terms of the advantage in the round or, of course, in this case, down. Always cut noise, cut the tempo. That's easy. Good little double swing in towards lobby. Bit of a crunch, and Hades should be able to net himself a freebie. Bomb dropped. Re-peeking in. Does get tagged down, but lunAtic will fall in the same fate as reiko. 4 remaining alive. This is a stellar CT side so far from 9. Really good calls.
You might look at it as well as a spectator and kind of think, well, it's 6-4. Why are they saying it's so, you know, one-sided looking? It's just the way in which they're winning the round. So
yeah.
You also have to bear in mind that HONORIS, they got a reset, and that just sort of ruins the economy in quite a big way. So, you know, it's been a bit of a weird run of rounds for HONORIS, but ultimately 9, the past 3 or 4 that they've won, the way that they've won them has just been incredibly dominating, and HONORIS have had no way in. And rightfully so, they will be going for a timeout, trying to talk things over.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Well, on paper, it doesn't actually look like it's a one-sided game. When you look at it in theory, it feels like a one-sided game. HONORIS started this really well, but it was against low buys, half buys, no buys. Hang on, flash coming through. Messy fight on towards the A side. Goofy for a double. Looking for more, but he thinks his teammate. So okay, Kylar will compose himself. Okay, he'll see it off. Nearly got a little bit concerning there, but we're all good. As 9 very comfortably see that one off in a matter of mere moments. So, back to what matters most. Like we were saying, 9, it's the way in which they're winning these rounds so far. They're just so one-sided. But for HONORIS, they have to find form. We're getting to the latter stages of this first half. And it's not exactly been a great T-side. When you compare to yesterday against ENCE, some of their T-side rounds are really good. The control they're able to take was fantastic. I think credit has to go towards 9. They've obviously done their research.
Yeah, they definitely have, and look a lot more ready for the gameplay style than the other two teams yesterday were. HONORIS play something that, especially on Nuke here, is a little bit outdated. The long wind down and everything. Just not really been in play for quite some time. Maybe, towards the start of this new look when it was like NIP and stuff like this and VP as well, to be fair. Yeah. When they were still together, they were decent on Nuke, and it just seems like some of the remnants of that, Taz has obviously taught them a thing or two. But yeah, it is a little bit outdated, and 9 are just very ready. The individuals, excuse me, on fire. On fire. Goofy and Hades just taking over the game.
Yes, the new blood of Poland really just looking great. But it's the old guard of Taz with a lovely opener before he's instantly traded by Hades. Guy, doesn't matter what gun he's got, he makes it look easy. Mynio will be forced off the angle, forced down towards B. He's being pressured by lunAtic.
Hades on the AWP. They're on the way. Gets smoked off. Still has an opportunity in from control. Actually headed towards hell, though. It's Goofy up above, trying to stay alive. They're after him. It's going to be very difficult to get up this ladder, though. Just trying to burst in. lunAtic goes for it. No, guys. You can't be getting away with that. Kylar going to get the double spray down from on top of Hut. That's not the move. That's not the move at all from HONORIS. Either way, it's going to be an 8th round for 9.
Yeah, questionable decision, to say the least. And it has, it's pretty seriously come back to bite them there. Because once again, it's sort of back to square one. The buy will be... it's going to be slightly middling in towards this one, isn't it? I mean, realistically, when we're looking at this... It's what? Just some pistols to work with. Dualies for Sobble. Sticking around 2K. Making sure they have money to work with into round number 14. 9, honestly, could find double digits quite comfortably at the half here. Goofy caught by the flash. They're being pressured. And look at that for a crossfire. It's immaculate. So few gaps in the armor for 9. They should pretty comfortably see this one off. It's saving me all alone with just a Tech 9 now.
Yep. You would assume it should be easy enough. He's only on 26 HP as well. Saving up for that AWP. Even spam down through the wall. Easy as you like. Going to be 9 on the board for 9. And they are absolutely dominating here. Really looking scary.
Yeah, I got to say, I'm loving what they're doing. Take a look at the scoreboard as well. Hades, Goofy, wow. 17, 16 kills apiece. Wonderful stuff. I mean, mynio. I actually really like mynio as a fragger, but... he's not really been called upon, to be perfectly honest. And, we don't need him to be. On the other side as well, I think reiko started off really, really well. But, unfortunately, it's mellowed out, so to say. But 129 ADR, 124 in your top 2 fraggers is a pretty stark, clear reason as to why 9 are in this position. Fair play. They are absolutely farming right now, Scriv.
We love a good farm. But yes, they are taking over the game. They feel confident enough in this one. And certainly for a number of years have been some of the better looking Polish players. Obviously some recognizable names on HONORIS, but they've been down towards the bottom end of tier 3, you could even say, for quite a while. Kylar, aggressive, all too easy, takes out Sobol. Will be traded out though. ready for Sammy, caught with smoke in hand there.
Gap to work with. Did they expect the flank? lunAtic did. The K will fall and the numbers go in favour on the T side. A smoke dropped as well. Just delays for that information that 9 can get. It's actually a little bit perplexing. What did 9 do to regain a bit of control?
Got a player downstairs ready and waiting, so just kind of need this guy to pop off at the end of the day. That's probably their only remit. Flash comes in. Heads will start to show themselves eventually. They're going to try and show 2 at once. He doesn't find the frag. The nade might do it for him. Yes, it does. Back into a 3-on-3 with lunAtic being low HP and also not really having that much B control. HONORIS are stuck for ideas. This is not going to end well. Unless someone can pull something out of the back pocket. A neat little trick. Samy's got a Molotov. He doesn't have the frag though. mynio with a massive hold so far in on this B bomb site. They at the very least are going to try and create the space, but Hades has got the angles. 20 seconds left to go. lunAtic, the IGL with no HP, suddenly finds himself in a 3 versus 3 where they were the ones that were up. The best chance HONORIS have had for a while and they can't make it work.
It's just fantastic stuff, isn't it? Again, even when the backs are against the wall, when they look down and out, who steps up? It's none other. Hades again, another kill. But of course, generally the team-wide performance is just stellar. 9 are completely outclassing HONORIS. On HONORIS' map pick, may we say. The series continues at this sort of pace. This could be an absolute massacre. Each sides, of course, they'll know each other very well. A very, very common enemy from the same region. I just feel like they have no clue how to take them down as Hades continues to rain off and he makes it a double. My god, this man is on fire. Hades cannot be stopped.
Yeah, if we see this onto map number 2, there is not a hope in hell. This, by the way, the pick of HONORIS, folks. You got to bear that one in mind. And it's not looking good. We are just at the turn of the half. We'll see how things pan out. Nice find from Sobol onto mynio. Going to leave the B bomb site somewhat vulnerable. But again, they're so slow. They find these kills and they just, you know, are maybe relying a lot on mid-round calls or something. That's how they won yesterday when they were making these really wacky mid-round calls against Ents, flustering them. But when they've been the ones that are down, when the aggression comes to them today, they're struggling. They're really struggling to make up their minds on what to do.
And now they're struggling to kind of decide what to do here, right? It's 3 remaining alive. Time sort of ticking. 45 seconds on the clock. Looking like I want to play face over towards B. Playing contact. And Kylar just misses the information. This could get messy. I don't know if he's been spotted. His barrel might have been. They're not checking for him. He can get caught on timing. And he will. He'll fall to the hands of Sobol. And now they can plant freely over towards that B site.
Problematic. 5 rounds on that T side. It's doable. They'd want to leave him on 4. Single door opens. Hades on 10 HP. He's got a lot of info here. Good fight from reiko, though. Going to take it down to just the 2 remaining. And Goofy coming in by himself. He's been spotted as well for good measure. Not looking good. Sobol finds the head of Hades. I'm sure this would be a save if it was not the last half. And indeed, it will go the way of HONORIS. So, 10-5 at the turn of the half. Is that enough to work with? I'm not so sure.
Welcome back. Ladies and gents, about to get this show on the road. It's a pretty one-sided affair. 10-5 for 9 on HONORIS' map pick. Not a bad start at all. This side, and well, in particular Hades, looking unstoppable right now.
Yeah, it's again, just to reiterate the way that they look, the way that they were finding rounds. I'm scared for this T side, especially, you know, the pistol here going to have an awful lot of weight. Because HONORIS, stringy rounds, not able to really streak them together. Kai going hunting here on a solo mission. Meanwhile, Taz does manage to find the head of Hades. A pretty big name to be dropping. Where's the Glock going? He does get taken down. Kylar, at the very least, trades out Taz. They were trying to crunch in towards hell. Sobol, though, with quick flicks to find 2. Not quite the third. Goofy will take him down. He's not too far behind Hades in terms of the impact department. This would be a hell of a thing if he could pull it off. Just trying to fake him out. Doesn't really have too much information to work with, which is the big thing from here that is going to let him down.
Yeah, what does he do, right? Anywhere he goes, he has 0 information on. And the fact that he's done no damage on towards either of these 2 players. They're happy just to park up, sit in a corner. Open wait. He might actually find some space down towards B. And a bomb could go down. Yeah, he actually could get a plant down towards B.
Yeah, I thought Reiko might have had the read there and gone through the vent, but won't be the case. lunAtic might be the one with the read. I don't think Goofy's moving fast enough. I feel like they're going to meet each other here. Door will open. There he is out in the open. Julie's not so good at that range, but they will manage to just mow him down thanks to him being low HP. Big round for HONORIS.
Yeah, I gotta say, slightly needed in a way, right, for HONORIS. They were already at such a deficit that we kind of start to say, maybe 9 start that early T-side momentum and tempo. Surely, this one's dead in the water. But, not to be. Now, no bomb plant, of course, means for 9. No real money to work with, so I'm just going to go for a full eco. Thankfully, I'm happy to see this, you know, composed, not force buying in with nothing really to support it, especially when they don't really have a chance. On a map like Nuke, probably only come up trumps. What's the plan here? A little bit of presence towards outside, bit of presence towards ramp 2. Goofy and a P250 might be the first engagement on towards Taz.
Looking for one, isn't he? Goofy's really trying here. Looks like they're going to try and overwhelm Mini. That's where Taz is playing from. Maybe the easy kill. He's been quite quiet so far on this map. Oh, run boost comes in for the bomb there. It will be Taz to find. Is there any trade opportunity? It looks like they're opting to go closer towards the window instead. Not going to happen for them here, is it? Now that all the members of that HONORIS side are in pretty close. K will just be the last one left. Can't find a single opportunity. And that will indeed be the 7th going the way of HONORIS.
Ooh, now, bit of a breather before 9. Then pick up their full buy, like we said. No investment towards the previous. This is what matters most. HONORIS don't really have anything in terms of comparison of firepower. This is going to get a little bit uncomfortable. Yes, the pharmacist to work with. The utility's great as well. I'm just wondering to see whether Hades continues that triumphant run of form that we've seen him on as of late, because he has been an animal. Of course, this is only going to be with a Galillion towards this round, so it might be a little bit different. Either way, the space towards outside, gap in the smoke as well. lunAtic could use in his favor, but Kylar not giving him that close range.
Going dry once again. I don't know. This is something that they've stolen from the Book of HONORIS. Sobol going to find the double spray down nice and easy. 4 on 2. And just seemingly out of nowhere, 9 are starting to drop rounds like it's going out of fashion. They've not really found anything into this round. Sobol gets traded, but he's done his work.
What can Kylar do? 1 versus 4. Bomb down as well. Even collecting this is treacherous. Looking for a head. Not going to find it. Information gained. But of course, now HONORIS, they'll just kind of circle in. Ensnare him in towards his position. Finding the first. Not a bad shot at all. Looking for one more. At range finds it. Damage on towards lunAtic. There's a world in which an overextension of isolated fights could have changed things. But HONORIS convert a bonus. And now, they're kind of within reach and distance. 9 back to the drawing board, back to square one. For them, don't have the money to work with, just going to be pistols. And I'd like to see this 9 side now just step up the tempo.
Something a bit speedier would be good. Here we go. They are indeed going to fake out the picking up of the tempo and maybe try and bait a drop towards B. We get reiko down the vent, but he's not fully committed on it. HONORIS looking much more comfortable on the CT side. Here we go. It's actually going to be a ramp burst coming in. Sobol going to give them the control. Molotov goes down. There's the AWP of Sammy to pick off the first. Oh, and a trade attempt coming in from Kai from down here. He's going to look to chase, get the AWP shot out, but Sammy playing cool, calm, and collected. There you are. They tried for the ramp burst. It doesn't work out.
Yeah, I mean, at least I respect the idea. Step at the tempo. I mean, they can still find space here, but it's expected now as well. They've just got to pull the plug and try and make their way down towards B. Sobol and reiko to meet them. And this is probably going to be a massacre.
Yep, looking likely. Oh my goodness. Sobol going to find the triple spray down. Just get traded by Hades, keeping his stats up at the very least. But this has very quickly come to an even game now. HONORIS. Well, we might have jumped the gun ever so slightly. You know what I mean? That first half looked very messy. 9 might have thought the same. It's hard to tell, but yeah, HONORIS CT side looks good.
It does. I'm really liking what I'm seeing right now. HONORIS back to being comfortable, calm, composed. What we want to see out of this side. I need to have a little bit of a question now. What is going wrong? It's like finding no space to work with. When they go fast, they get shut down, they get mowed down. When they play things slow, it's right into HONORIS' hands.
Outside L smokes. 9 going back to the drawing board with something simple just to give them some early control. Oh my goodness. Taz through the smoke though. Going to find one. Look at how much damage he does there. Great spray control coming in. Going to hold them at bay and maybe even call for some help to continue the damage coming through. Brilliant stuff. HONORIS are really on a ringer all of a sudden.
It's been a serious conversation at half-time, right? And this is a completely different HONORIS side. He's go quiet. Numbers in their favor. They don't really need to overextend. Kylar will be caught by the flash. He himself locked in. Taz falling might change things. But luNAtic's full blind will drop Hades. And that's the bomb too.
Kylar, big double from behind into the 2 versus 2. Their HPs are really not good. Combined for 68 HP. Don't know that that's going to be enough. There is an AWP in play that doesn't care so much. At the very least, they have finally managed to make a round competitive. Bomb plant to come through. Open the round back up. Sobol, 18 and 16. He has been having a hell of a CT side. Just misses the timing. Will get the catch onto Kylar, though. All going to be down to Goofy. This is really not looking good, and the flashes are effective. Sammy takes him down, and now we are all even, seemingly out of nowhere.
Yeah, all even, but I guess most importantly, it's HONORIS who are just running away with the tempo right now. I mean, the momentum massively in their sails. 9 on T side can't find any form right now. And I think, you know, for them, there's the positives of a bomb plant, which gives them money to work with once again. One of the big difference makers that we yet to see, Hades on towards that AWP. AWPing on T side Nuke can be difficult at times, but when he was unstoppable on towards the CT side with the second he picked up the big green, I just want to see him back on it. But for now, of course, they won't financially be able to do so. The only way we're going to see that happen for 9 is that they kill Sammy and scoop it up off his corpse. This is a really good position for HONORIS. A very good opportunity as well for them to potentially even take the half, run away with the map. What looked like a lost cause. It was 10-5 at the half. We're still yet to see 9 do any sort of serious damage on their T side.
Yep, a little bit robbed at the moment, but we'll see. They've got the breathing room that they gave themselves off the back of the first half. It just kind of depends if, you know, we really are on a drought here, if they really just can't figure out the rounds. At the moment, that seems to be the case. And they've started this one off pretty slow. Nade actually does some damage onto Reiko. That one does some onto Taz. So they've got some chip damage through in the early stages of this here, round 21.
Slow once again. Taz been around the smoke as well. He's come alive a little bit in towards the second half. He was very quiet in the first. He's finding a little bit of form. From above, doesn't expect mynio. Now there's numbers in favor of 9. What feels like for the first time this half.
What are they going to do with it, right? They take down Taz. He's been a thorn in the side. Whether he's been getting kills or not, he has been effective. Meanwhile, working their way downstairs. Big kill from Kylar. Uh-oh. 5v3, I don't know if you just kind of think about saving here, to be honest. They have no info, no control of anywhere. The bomb is momentarily going to be planted. Now that lunAtic's fallen, surely you save. And 9, in classic fashion, as soon as their lead comes under threat, they will find themselves the 11th.
Yeah, gotta give them their credit. Someone will find 1. K falling. Is it going to make a difference? Probably not. Bomb should be able to make its way down towards that A site, and they'll get it. Molotov as well, more or less confirms the idea. The AWP falling away. Actually, potentially may have been hurt as well. It's a question of, though, do they go hunting for it? I think for 9, it'd be extremely risky just because they themselves don't have that kind of long-term money to work with. But Hades wants the AWP. That's where he does his best work. So I can kind of understand if he maybe individually wants to sort of risk it. Have a little poke in. See if we get a little bit nosy. But no, not going to beat 9. For the first time, find a round on T side up to 11. They reclaim the lead. Still very slim. But anything is better than nothing. And HONORIS. Now an opportunity for them to kind of take a breather and see if they can find anything on Hades. Hello. Okay. I think maybe that was a little bit of an AFK moment there. You just having a little drink or, you know, a little sip of the water, stretch the arms as the round ends. But it was okay. It's all good. All good. Doesn't matter or make a difference. Either way, just 9 to take a lead. 11 to 10. Of course, we're going to see the third time out caught by HONORIS. Only have 1 more left now. And if things get dicey towards the latter stages of this map, they can have none left to work with. Apart from just that one. That could become quite problematic if they start to lose control of this game once again. But of course,
yeah,
once
it's
again,
slipping. It's slipping. I think they talked a little bit about a double up setup there. Not going to go for it in the end.
I've got to say, Sobel was pretty damn good with the AWP yesterday. As a secondary AWPer. Do you remember that 3k he got? Yeah. That one imprinted in my mind a little bit. I actually wouldn't even mind it. I think the double AWP is kind of viable on towards Nuke. Ancient as well, another one of those maps that you can kind of double AWP quite comfortably. Anubis, new map. Very good double AWPing map. Look at the pace here.
Yeah, very fast indeed. 9 were maybe thinking about going out off the back of their hut volley, but decide against it. Maybe we're looking for a kill towards door. Either way, just baiting out some early utility, baiting out some rotations. They're going to go for an outside execute on this one. Another set of L smokes. And it just gets Kai in. Taz, though, again, continues to be a nuisance outside, and he's so effectively dealing with these outside pushes. At the very least, you know, he's creating the space and finding some good frags.
Now again, of course, numbers in their favor. HONORIS happy just to take a little step back. Like we've seen them do time and time again, just rely off the trades. They know they can just play with a small amount of util they've got to work with left and kind of force 9 into a bit of a janky execute. 9 still packing a lot on the utility belt, but it's just the question of where do they go with it? They've struggled to get down towards B comfortably. A has been a bit of a meat grinder at times too. What's the decision?
Hard to make up their minds. Reiko going to find 1 traded pretty quickly, so minimal damage done, but it just retains the man advantage, gains more information for the HONORIS side of things, looking for number 11 to keep it all even. lunAtic, oh, this could be deadly. He does manage to find 1, look at him for a second, doesn't quite get it. But again, same applies. Sobol looking to trade them out, and he will. 22 to 16. He's the new hot boy on the map. Big name on campus. And HONORIS back to even Stevens.
I'm going to say, with how things are panning out right now, this is leaning in favor of HONORIS. I mean, they just got all the control. like we said, only one round from the last 7 played. Not exactly the dream statistic if you're behind that T side. Not looking comfortable at all. But we wait, we see. Not going to count them out. Hades now in towards the AWP as well. Been waiting for it, begging for the AWP in his hands, because that's where Hades can deal the damage and potentially individually change the tides.
We need him to come alive here for 9. We totally do. They've been looking very weak indeed. It's a role reversal almost.
Yeah.
Just a much more dangerous one, of course, for 9, because there is no chance of recovery into, you know, another half. They just looked lost on this T side. Even after they found a round, they were immediately returned on. Problematic. L smokes again. Seen this so many times, and we've seen it not find success so many times as well.
Our space towards our side collected. Nade will come through. Decent amount of little kind of tag damage on towards K. But still got the space, but the gap in the smoke opens up, and Samey punishes. That's the bomb dropped in no man's land.
Oh, nice find from Kylar. Really big frag for him. That was Samey looking to continue making the difference, but unfortunately gets taken down. Sobol going to find Kylar, though, on that look. Taz has heard all the information. Here's him going down. lunAtic on the stairs down below. Not going to give too much away. Moving in through single door. Gets the door closed. Spins around to find Key, who is on his tail. Hades going to pick up Reiko in the vent. They're going to very quickly call off the B hit and go towards A. Still, though, 3 players to get through. Really not going to be easy.
Taz rotating in. Here's the scope as well. Didn't expect one up close, and mynio gets a freebie. Numbers brought level. He's not really taking too much damage. That's too problematic. His post plant's on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They just have no information. lunAtic makes all the noise upstairs. Really hard for him to get in here. He's just distracting away from this flank at the end of the day, but there's not a lot of time. They're going to hear Sobol coming in now as well. He's got his back turned to mynio. Hades strikes at the exact same moment. They will find 12, and they've pulled off a 2v3. Taz went in a bit early, or at the very least got an early fight he wasn't expecting, and that will be the lead, swinging back to 9.
Yeah. Slim. Fine margins, but it's a little bit more of a longer or a bigger effect, might I say. I mean, only Sobol and Taz really have, you know, a wealth of economy under their belt to work with. The rest of the team, not so much. Well, the attack pause is called by 9. HONORIS will be pretty happy to have it, to be perfectly honest. They're in a position where, I don't know, full buying here is sort of janky because, yeah, Sobol, Taz, they all have money to work with. And AWP in play as well is great. But limited firepower across the board is going to make things awkward. Reiko, I'm assuming. Yeah, just MP9 as well. Double MP9 setup, double M4A1S, and an AWP. It's a full investment by HONORIS. But it's a very janky one at that. This is a prime opportunity for 9 to be able to utilize this slight gap they've got to work with. And maybe even be enough to open the conversation about them closing out this map. This is the best shot they've got. Take this, and then I start to believe. Not only will they find 13, but they're sort of guaranteed 14 off the back of it.
Any early openers coming in? That's the big question here. So far, not so good for HONORIS. They're actually going to lose total control of down below. 9 for the first time, going for the thinner outside smokes, getting themselves all the way down. They've got a newfound confidence here. Sobol, the scary man, he's just not ready at all. Look at him get overwhelmed from behind. Goodness me, this is a bloodbath. And HONORIS caught completely off guard. 9, they've been conditioning the entire half long for this moment. And they pick up the pace massively. HONORIS caught with their pants down.
It's a prime opportunity, I said, for 9 to start running away with this. This is where things start to get very good. I'd actually like to see the call to hunt here as well. And then understand there's a fairly, you know, audacious buy from the CT side. But actually, it's Netty them and AK. Will they save it at range? No, is the answer. mynio making sure the IGL doesn't keep it in play, but then Reiko traded him out. Trades again coming through. And it's only Samey and an AWP left alive. And he's tucked on towards roof. He won't be spotted. I'll keep it over in towards the next, but 9 are getting within reaching distance. They're on the road to now seeing this off. In a very prime position. HONORIS can't buy around this AWP either. It's the same, he's all alone in his ventures in towards round number 25. Another prime opportunity for 9 to make this very expensive, costly, and get closer to seeing off this map. And also, if they drop that AWP from Sammy, I don't think HONORIS can reinvest into one. So it's sort of a win-win situation.
Nade on towards door for Hades to find a peek. I'm going to give it to him. The molly pushes reiko into a very clothesline-y type position. But yeah, we're not expecting too much out of this round. It's looking good for 9 once again. HONORIS. If only they'd put up a few more T rounds, they'd still be really, really close to the running here. But as it happens, they're going to be backed up against the wall. Under pressure, which, you know, yesterday they did really well under pressure. But 9 have come prepared. 9 have come respectful of what HONORIS did yesterday. Not to 1, but to 2 overdog teams. Madness. But not following through onto the second day of the qualifier. Well, it may well be their downfall.
Very slow. As they kind of slowly but surely clear these close angles. Goofy. I think they're just very cautious of a gamble stack. And I kind of can sort of understand it. A lot of teams like to do sort of pyramid stacks coming through. mynio, a couple of taps with the Mac 10. In a way, his position. And now they can fly down towards B. That might beckon the rotation. But KO catch them. They drop in towards Ven.
Ooh, nice find from reiko to get 1, I suppose. But yep, Cade just doing a good job on the top end there. Sammy on this AWP. It now becomes a bit of a save mission. He is down below, but they are walking their way out of there. It's going to be 14. Nice and easy, no sweat off the brow of the 9 boys. They look set to steal away their opponent's map pick with this one, to be honest. Sammy is on his way out. Looking to play safe. Somewhat of an aggressive exit location, but he does not want to get cut off by a lurker or anything of the sort.
It's the priority, isn't it? Just make sure that AWP keeps over. Of course, next round they'll be able to buy in. Like I said, for 9, if they drop it, I don't think HONORIS have the cash on hand to be able to reinvest. So, once again, I wouldn't mind the hunt call. Just the question, does the exit go his way? I don't think they will. So, now he'll be fine. 9 will make their way up to 14. The gap extended to 3 rounds, but 2 more is all they need to see off HONORIS' map pick. It's been a bit of a marathon on map here. HONORIS' playstyle, very slow, methodical on T side. Same can be said for their CT. They don't peer in for information all too often. But they're going to use their 4th and final tack pause. And this is where 9 have a good opportunity just to reaffirm their ideas before heading into what could potentially be the home stretch. HONORIS need a little bit of a miracle to turn this back in their favor. Yeah, I mean, right now, I'm going to say things are looking pretty good for 9. Of course, they're generally seen as the favorite Polish team right now. On HONORIS' map pick, they're sort of showing exactly why. Especially considering yesterday they beat ENTS on this map pick 16-11. Now that HONORIS being put in their place shows that 9 have this dominance on the road to potentially ever closer to booking their tickets towards Brazil.
Alrighty then, we'll see how things pan out with the move here. Early flash. Maybe an early move, not looking to go off the back of it. 9, they're doing the L smokes again, but this time they've got a different idea. Taz will catch them off, however. He's not ready for the second, though, and unlucky for the trade out the front. lunAtic does find a pretty important kill. Sammy down below on the AWP manages to drop mynio. They were hoping no one was in the vent, but they were ready for something aggressive. HONORIS have sniffed out the pace change. Kylar spotted. Not ready for Sobol. Yeah, that's so well set up on the CT side. Just catching and catching and catching. Don't give Hades too many chances. I think that's certainly got to be what, you know, gets said here in comms. Even digging for info. Could be risky. Oh my goodness. No. There's no way. Surely there is no way. Hades has just been absolutely lights out throughout this game. Those first 2 shots are incredible that he even manages to pull those off. He's looking for a little bit more. His sticker on the sniper scope. And it's AWP v AWP. Sammy creeping round. Oh, the tag lands. He's onto the AK to try and finish him, and Sammy will take him down. No crazy clutch coming in from Hades, but my God, is it close.
Moments away from arguably being the play of this entire tournament so far. Hades nearly pulls off a masterclass. But he had no information on where Sammy was coming from. So you can sort of see the cogs whirring internally, trying to figure out on timing where he could be coming from. And then when he gets tagged, it's panic stations. And he can't quite see it off. 14-12, HONORIS, skin of their teeth. Stay alive in this game. And are trying to thrive as much as they can in what is looking like the latter stages. But that was so damn close. 14-12. Of course, it have an effect over towards 9. Hades can't pick up the orb.
Yeah, very true, actually. They're looking to pick up the speed once again, just going straight in for a vent dive. Going to take a lot of damage getting down there. Sammy's ready with the orb. Sammy's got to be careful. An overwhelm chance coming in. He's going to go creeping round to drop that bomb. There's the overwhelm. Need a little bit more out from this, though. What is going on? Kills all over the shop. It is an absolute mess from 9. They must have run out of ideas, it would seem. Nice find from mynio. So he should be able to get a bomb plant here, but they've still got 3 to get to. A lurking presence. Lurking with intent on the top side. Oh, man alive. lunAtic finds a pretty important frag there. Just going to be Kylar, and he can't really activate into this round, unfortunately. He takes down Taz. Don't have the bomb. If the bomb was down, I'd give him a better chance, but it isn't. So really not looking too good here. I think the double doors have opened really weird as well. I don't know if they got those closed. I don't know if one of the doors was blown off. Someone must have been stood in front, because I'm pretty sure that door is open. Nice find from Kylar. Alright, antics aside. Yeah, what is going on over here? I know, it's very strange. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Reiko will take out Kylar in the end, and now we've got HONORIS with 13.
Oh, yeah, well. Within reaching distance now, and I think this game, it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. HONORIS are still looking alive and kicking right now. Battle of the Polish Derby, but no team backing down. Like we said, there's probably obviously a lot of experience in terms of scrims and prac against each other. These two sides will know themselves and know each other like the back of their hands. And you can see how they're trying to, you know, deep dive into the tactics books to try and find ways of piecing apart rounds and success in their favor, but they're struggling. Especially 9 right now on T side. They can't seem to find just that second gear at the moment. A lunAtic will find a freebie on towards Kylar. Full blind and make it 2.
Easy stuff. It's Reiko on the A1S that helps him out as well. They're just really throwing the book at this one. They do not have any idea of how to pick up rounds. HONORIS may well be able to steal things away if this continues. Goofy, the only one left in this round, hoping to get it flawlessly, will be HONORIS. Shot rings out. Shot misses. Sobol. Next line of defense. Great peek and an easy find. So a flawless round coming in. They've got plenty of money for the rest of the game. We're going the full 30, but the question is, will we need more? 9 might think so at this point, because they have really been trying to knock on this victory door for quite a while. Yeah, and they're at this sort of mental block as well, right? They just can't seem to get their grasp on advantage in their court. Credit to HONORIS, they never gave up for a second. It looked like it was job done. And they've been managing to pull apart rounds from, well, seemingly nothing. Once again, I go back to what I was saying. The thing that worries me, Hades, no AWP for him. Not that he's bad with an AK by any means, but he's just unbelievable. The old Zoom banger. ASAC coming through. Won't actually do any damage, so exactly what they were hoping for. They were hoping someone's on towards top parts. And Molotov, of course, will make sure that no one does go up that way. Outside smokes once again. 9 have done this so very often. Just keep that added pressure there. It's one of the change-ups that Taz has not been playing outside as much, because he's scared them off pretty well. Not necessarily needed him. Big damage onto lunAtic. Going to give them control of the door area, the Tetris area as well. Reiko on high. Has some support. But down below, he's going to have to take the brunt of the attack here. lunAtic is going to fall 4v4 therefore. What is the next move for 9? Trying to go for a boost up over this smoke to look for a cheeky frag. Nothing comes of it, though. Hard to call. Are they going to move towards A? Reiko's still in on the backside. There's a player at Heaven as well. The swing's now going to start to come through. Taz can pull off a well-timed flank as well. This is just so well set up for HONORIS. I can't reiterate that one enough. Taz getting ready. Wow, and just trades. That's all it is. Oh, the AWP comes close. Hades nearly takes him down. Not quite, though. Samey's not going to miss that one at this late stage of the game. There's not a lot of time. In comes Taz to deny the bomb plant. He's not able to do so, but he wins the round out with those 2 kills, and it'll be 15 hit first for HONORIS.
Map point on their map pick. Oh my god. It looked like 9 had everything in the locker to see this one off. It's been a stunner, may I say, of a performance from Hades, but unfortunately it's just not been enough. Individually, over towards 9, they've looked the scarier side, but they've just been unable to close out rounds. They're fragging well, but the success hasn't followed suit. Off HONORIS, you look for them pound for pound, maybe not as scary in terms of their individuals. Of course, Sobel's been great, but rest of the team, 20 or less. And still, advantage in their court. We said the full rounds of regulation were going to be needed. It was just that question of, do we get towards OT? Is that a necessity to decide a victor here? 9 are hoping so, as they use their 4th and final timeout. All timeouts are being used in this game now. No more pauses. If we do need OT, neither team will be able to deny any tempo set. This is a rough position to be in. And what makes matters worse is that the buy is not exactly going to be great either for 9. Just 3 Galils, 2 AKs, and then a bit of utility. But it's not nice at all. Especially comparing their firepower over towards the other side. This is a good opportunity and a prime opportunity for HONORIS to make it 16. The way they're set up and the way they have been so far, you'd kind of expect it to be.
All right, here we go. Are we going to need any more? It feels like it's got overtime written all over it. You called that one a little bit earlier, and it would be deserving of this game, but HONORIS are the ones that have found the presence in the past few rounds. Kylar, speaking of presence, gets himself down the vent. They found a hole. They figured it out. The AWP of Samey. Oh, not ready. He does nearly get a chance at the shot. It's clearly not been communicated that someone could be down, or it's indeed all the way down. Nice shot coming in from Taz. A big round here on top of Mynio will manage to find one, maybe even 2 as well, as if he can track it down. Not going to happen for him, but they've got so much control to work with. Mynio holding out on the flank. Does actually find reiko. lunAtic looking for a trade back here. Is he even going to get that? Looks like we're going to overtime, folks. Unless Sobol and lunAtic can get it done. Sobol in particular being down on this bottom bomb site. Has to go massive. Doesn't find a single frag, and that is going to be all she wrote. It will be overtime for this one now, Kai.
My God, what a game. What a game we are getting here. These two sides have been inseparable. Before we're going towards overtime, we're going to throw this one to a few minutes break. When we are back, OT starts. Can HONORIS see off their map pick? I'll have to wait and see. Welcome back. Overtime is a necessity. Decide who takes map number 1 in the Polish derby. Rio, or Brazil tickets, may I say, on the line. HONORIS' map pick, but they've pushed the full distance by 9. 19 is what we're looking for. That's the all-elusive number in OT number 1. Let's see who finds it.
Well, indeed. It's often the team that were close to winning that do win it. I swear to God that happens about 90% of the time.
Yeah.
HONORIS yesterday, they were pretty effective in the overtime against Heat, so they are not dissimilar with the fatigue in Counter-Strike, the long games of Counter-Strike. Interesting smoke. A little bit different this time around. It's going to be the wider smokes, but way wide. Giving them all the run-of-the-mill of the outside area. Taz going to get his Molotov down, make sure that, you know, there's no crossing in towards Secret, but it's just for Kai to stay on the lurk here, work her way around these smokes, and be a nuisance, be a threat into the late round. In comes the flash. Over at ramp, Samey. Oh, can't find the shot. Needs to be careful not to go down here. Kai, meanwhile, spotted. Like a deer in headlights, he will strike. Pretty solid stuff. 5 on 4.
Samey actually jump peeked, or jumped there. I think he mouse wheel jumped. Skip. Shot hits the floor. lunAtic will find one. That's okay. Quick trade. By Goofy. It's getting a little bit messy. Can he make it double it down? Reiko can. For 1. Sobble as well. Head on a swivel. Doesn't confirm the kill, but thankfully does second time of asking.
Little odd, little interesting. An overface coming in from Samey gives him a chance into this. He's going to go straight down towards that bottom bomb site, get the bomb plant in. How has it come down to this, though? It was a 3 versus 1 that was pretty much secured, and somehow Kai's come away with it. Oh my goodness, I was going to say he's come away with 2 kills, but a left eye peek gets it done. Absolute monster to find 16.
Chaos as well, I've got to say. I mean, HONORIS, they've thrown that. That was a round in their favor. You know, the swing out from Hot as well, giving a freebie, putting it down to a 1 versus 1. But even if the CT of HONORIS just hold their positions over towards single door, they would have won that. I would have seen nothing in the trade. All they had to do was play the numbers game there, but they don't. Hey, credit to Kate. Credit to 9. 16. The first side to hit it. Really does change the tide a little bit. 9, a good position for them. Any rounds they find on T-side of Nuke is a massive positive. This map can swing heavily on the other side.
Once again with the outside smokes, this time a little bit more textbook from them. They're liking these wide... Actually, yeah, they are just liking the really wide ones, I suppose. May well have looked this up in the break or something along those lines to remind themselves. Either way, this time they're going to send the entire body of the squad. Main core, the AWP as well, moving on downstairs.
Things go very quiet. I like this by 9. Kind of forcing and hoping for them that they can, especially, well, going to force HONORIS into a little bit of an over-rotation. Or maybe make them double guess themselves. Burn that util early, I guess. Nothing spotted. Bit of a sound cue. Don't know if anything was heard. Doesn't matter. Util starts to be burned over towards B. That might tempt rotation back down there. But there's still 2 towards this upper site.
Yeah, they're really unsure. And that's exactly how 9 are trying to play it. Again, it's a condition from regulation that they very rarely went for just a simple secret walk down. mynio going to find Taz on the lurk upstairs. Samey with the AWP ready to go. Strikes him for 1. Oh, and a nice hold from Sobol here. Not able to spin around and find another. Reiko will take out mynio. Bomb plant going to be coming in. 3 versus 2. Samey has to be careful. Hades catches him on the jump up. No way. Into a big 2v2 then. Goofy and Hades, the 2 loudest fraggers on the side of 9. To do it all. A massive round here into overtime. Jump across comes in. Where's the support? There it is. Goofy takes out Reiko. All going to be down to lunAtic against 2. Finds the first. Goofy just has to stay cool. He can't get it done. Somehow in from the single door. It will be lunAtic, the IGL, with the biggest impact round so far.
And at times as well, he's being quiet. We've seen his impact in towards yesterday's series. They were a little bit middling. Maybe not what we wanted to have seen from him. But my God, when he's called upon, he can step up in a clutch. 16 all, HONORIS. Bring things level once again. 9 thought they'd locked themselves in for an advantage going in towards the halfway point. But now they once again have to fight for it. Final round of this first half. of OT. Like we said, 19 is the number we're looking for. These two sides, inseparable right now. Credit to lunAtic, though. That's huge from him.
Oh, yeah. Ginormous, you might say, as well, to be honest with you. We'll see if it makes a difference into this one. They've managed to get a player down the vent pretty handily, pretty reliably. Hades going to find Sammy there, pretty angry after the previous round. That is for certain. Kai, good catch. And a 5v3 looking all but over. Wow, this K-Kid is really angry outside, apparently.
So we'll find one. 2 versus 4, still doable. Slightly improbable. Bomb will go down. And now the retake ensues. What do they do from here? Well, nothing. I think it's the answer. Hades will pick off the first Sobble as well. I think they're expecting him in towards heaven. And he's met with his second Molotov. And Scriv, mate, I think that might be all she wrote in this one. 17 to 16 for 9 at the turn of the half.
Looking that way. Kylar going to take him down. And that will be that. Yep, 9 going to get their 17th on the board there. Really looking good here. HONORIS, their T side was lacking. It really was. They managed to mount the comeback on the CT end of things. And going down by a round is not the way that they wish to start their overtime campaign. They've got nothing to worry about cash-wise, but 9 is certainly back to where they were comfortable, and particularly Hades, where he was comfortable.
Yeah, Hades AWPing CT side. Yeah, strikes fear down the spine of HONORIS. Either way. Gotta say, there's a world in which things have to be a little bit careful. Hades already hit the 30 bomb. The spam coming through as well. Not gonna find too much. HONORIS in position as well for me, where I gotta say, you know, they only found 5 rounds on their T side. Of course, so did 9. But 9 of them set up 2 in towards OT. That's asking a lot of HONORIS to match that. And, well, to beat that kind of feels out of the question.
Kylar hanging about on the edge of the smoke. Such a pivotal spot for him to be in. Ooh, Sobol with the reload is going to try and get cheeky through the smoke. Finds him. That'll be the attack coming in then. Sobol actually out here by himself. Reiko, thankfully, is around to get the trade. There's going to be a lobby crunch coming in. Sammy, good for 1. lunAtic takes out K. It's all going to be down to Hades, of course. He's got a lot to do here. He does manage to drop the bomb. He knows vaguely where they're coming at him from. And they are weary of him. They are very indeed frightened, as they so should be. Hades starts getting aggressive here in towards lobby. This would be the move. He's in behind them pretty quickly. Gonna jump in, try and find a frag. Gives his position away, though. And Samy's got the right idea going on high. Taz, meanwhile, is just completely not thought of. And that will be the 17th going the way of HONORIS.
Hey, both sides starting to find some form on towards that T side, it seems. A map in which, well, a side, may I say, in which both of these two sides on this map so far really struggled to have any sort of impact. Both only could put up 5 rounds on T side in regulation. Now both looking stronger on said side. 9. Not a dream CT from them. Hades still being problematic. Same for Goofy as well. The rest of the team, impact-wise, struggling just a tad. So all tied square. Now we need 2 flawless rounds in a row to see this one off in OT number 1. Who knows?
It is a big question as to who's going to get it. HONORIS have been saving a little bit for their T half here. Nearly Nadage coming out. Not going to follow up on it. Seems to be more of a ramp hit here. Hades going to get frightened off. Has to give up the control, but no kills coming in for either side yet. And going to be fairly telegraphed. We saw a lot of this from HONORIS. They'd pause, they'd stop, they'd become indecisive and maybe overthink things ever so slightly. That could be the case here again.
It's very quiet now, HONORIS. This is a standard. We saw a lot of it towards that T side. Just cut noise for 20, 30 seconds. Wait for the final 30 to make a decision. Looks like Kylar will be tested. He might get caught in transition. No, he just gets back in time. In comes the util. Missed shot from the AWP. But the flash is beautiful. But it's a double for Goofy. Nearly a third 2, but not going to find it.
Okay. Ooh, goes a little bit wide. Samey's found 2 heads out of nowhere. How has this happened? Such a pivotal round, such a pivotal point, and it will all be left onto mynio to find the double. Gonna get the first. Finds it cleanly. Clear the angles. Should have lunAtic. He does indeed. Oh my goodness. Big 1v2 coming in for him. How did it ever come down to that, though? The 18th will be secured, and therefore 9 get themselves a double OT if required. But what a round from both sides of the equation.
You can see as well, you know, mynio, he was stressed in that position. He even goes for a mouse wheel jump as well by accident. Bit panic stricken. Making it work. It's all that matters. Seeing success in their favor. Map point goes the way of 9. And their opponent's map pick. What a position for them to be in. Oh my god. HONORIS. Down to just the AKs. Could invest in towards an AWP, but I've chosen not to. And Nazac comes through and we'll catch a fairly decent chunk on towards Goofy and K.
Ooh, big sigh. Big deep breaths to be taken by both sides here. Very, very tense as we await with the bated breath how this is going to go down. Are we going to another R9 going to take their opponent's map pick? Never easy to know, and they don't really want to find out, do they, HONORIS? They want to play the round out. They have to forget about the scoreline at the top of the screen, although easier said than done. Taz going to be heard. Okay, gets aggressive. Yep, we've not expected anyone in secret at all. It's a spot that has not been played for quite some time by that CT side and just completely overlooked by HONORIS.
Yeah, and that's it. And now, of course, with numbers in their favor, they're happy just to double set up, right? Go for these trade positions. Right now, though, all goes quiet for HONORIS once again. Looking like the A side is going to be the point of call. A double stack. One towards top hot, one towards brackets. 35 seconds. It's do or die. It's now or never.
30 seconds. In they go. Molotov's coming down. lunAtic going to find the first K with a trade back through. A big one from mynio as he comes up the vent. Going to drop the bomb. 20 seconds left and just Samey now against 4. Number 1 comes in. He's grabbed the bomb. He flies down the vent. A wing and a prayer required here. Going to get that door open and that bomb down. They definitely did not track him falling. They're going to very quickly... Oh, got to be careful here. Got to be careful on the spacing of this one. They're all together as well. No, not like this. There's no way. Hades, can he find him? He misses the shot. Samey has to pull off the reload. Little bit of a fake throw coming in. And Samey's going to get it done for the second overtime. You've got to be kidding me. How has he pulled that off for HONORIS?
Oh my god, 9. What are you doing? How have they thrown that down the drain? It was a 1 versus 3. And he runs out of ammo too. Oh my god. That is such a choke. By 9, that should have been them finding 19, going in towards the break and setting things up for Vertigo. But now we reset once again. OT number 2, ladies and gents. And 22 is the magic number we're looking for. 9 are going to be kicking themselves. If they lose this map, that's the round they look back at.
Unbelievable. It was over. They believed it was over.
Yeah.
I saw it, though. A single door, man.
The treacherous place.
Oh, yes. Well, just have to forget about it and move on. As easy as that sounds, eh? Wide smokes from HONORIS. No one acting upon them. A little bit different. Not quite the L smokes. Not quite the super wide ones that go into garage. Little diagonal smokes.
HONORIS again doing standard HONORIS things of just cutting the tempo a little bit. I think Kylar might have the Molotov in hand ready to pop if he hears some information. He'll drop it in towards front heart. 45 seconds on the clock. While he goes deep in towards single. They might have a bit of a gap in front of it. A lunAtic will kickstart things over towards A.
Big double for lunAtic. I'm sure if they could save, they would do so now. They might even, you know, just go for said save. I don't think there's any real chance of 9 getting back into the round here. mynio will lose his head. May as well just take what you have. I don't know. It's always a weird one in overtime, isn't it? But there's no chance back into this round. HONORIS revitalized, and 9, I would maybe take a timeout. I think they've got one left, if I remember correctly.
I don't think they do. Well, I know HONORIS burnt all theirs. I have a feeling 9 might have as well. Because I know early in towards that half, they called 2 in the space, like 3 rounds, right? And that's what makes me think that potentially, actually, they might not. Which is kind of, we were alluding to this a little bit earlier when it was kind of, 12-all, 12-13, saying mainly over towards HONORIS because they burn theirs quite quickly. And saying, if it gets to OT, they can't ice out the other team. Same goes over 9. I mean, this is the perfect time to call it. So if they have one, it would be here and now. It doesn't look like that's the case. I don't think so. My God. This is an awful time not to have a timeout. They're going to have a conversation in the 20 or so seconds prior to the round starting and hope they can find a prayer to fall back on. HONORIS T-side, good start. They find 19. Advantage goes in their court. Decent flashes towards our side. Hayes will avoid them. Once again playing aggro towards Secret.
Okay. Oh, gonna walk into Taz here. Gonna walk into 2, in fact. Finds the perfect timing to come back through the smoke and find the frag. Not ready for the second member. 4 on 4. HONORIS playing a hell of a lot faster here in the overtime. A hell of a lot messier as well. Big trade frag from Goofy. A good one from Hades coming in here. 3 versus 2. Sobol and Samey back to the drawing board. They do actually have Sobol down below. Maybe he feels like he's got some control over here.
2 versus 3. Still doable. Still very doable. We saw HONORIS. And the backs are against the wall. As the kids like to say, they got that dog in them. And we've seen it. Especially Samey. He can clutch up Sobol. Has had his moments. Time is once again ticking. HONORIS never feel pressure from the clock. Always happy to use it in their favor. Hades. Ooh. Oh my God, that's lightning fast from him. How has Sobol not walked away with that kill? I leave Samey all alone in a 1 versus 3.
No chance. Absolutely no chance. Tap of the bomb going to come down. He's got plenty of time to work with, I suppose. Maybe hoping he can get up top, but there's a player on the vent. Yeah, not going to happen for him here. And Hades now with the single door open should be able to just walk out and find him. Exactly what he's going to go for. Takes him down. And that time it was a bit cleaner on the double peak.
I think a lot has to go towards that shot from Hades there, right? Dropping that rotate coming through. Making sure Sobol has no real effect on lightning fast reactions. Multi-square. Who takes the advantage at the half? Both sides are able to put up 2 rounds on their T side in OT number 1. So it kind of makes it lean the other way. Whoever can put 2 rounds on their CT side, that might be enough for them to see it off. 19 all. Utal towards our side once again, but K going aggro this time.
Looking good. Looking very good indeed. A big frag for the start of 9. Taz and K just right next to each other. Oh, could be big over here. Taz has been, a nuisance outside earlier on that CT half, but he's going to fall. Big kill. It's looking good for the CT half of 9, to be fair to them. They fluffed the game a little bit, but they will valiantly fight back here, looking flawless in the past couple.
Yeah, lovely work. Reiko, Sobol, we're not expecting anything here, really. Of course, no point saving. Can they make anything work? Goofy should be able to see things off. Leg spotted. Question is he spotted? No, he isn't. Doesn't matter, right? Go find the first. Quick trace to come through. And he's all down to 1 man. Gonna be tapped off by Kylar as well. 20-19. Seriously close affair. But now you look towards the advantage in 9's courts too. First side to put 2 rounds up on the CT. On what is traditionally a CT-sided map. We know 9 have the ability on towards their T side. This one just doesn't seem to want to end, Scriv. These 2 sides, they are inseparable right now. But surely 9 have enough to be able to see this one over. You normally say that,
it's all down to the T sides, isn't it, really,
yeah,
and how strong they are. And, well, 9 have started off a little bit poorly on the T side campaign, looking to go fast and aggressive, more their style. HONORIS are the slow, methodical ones, apparently. They try and get that player down vent, does not happen for them. And thus, we look to HONORIS to pick this round up.
Yeah, well. That util coming through. Also towards our side. Good util set coming through from 9. Gives them space to work with. The spam could be deadly. Oh, Taz held that down. He actually might have been alright there. Doesn't matter. K will still cross.
Reiko going to find K. Mynio looking for the trade opportunity. He could get 2 here. He does. Oh, my goodness. A great execution. They've got to find Taz as well. They will. 3 versus 2. It's just burst out of nowhere. Exploded into the hands of 9. Where do they go from here? They're quickly going to move up towards heaven. Look to overwhelm the A bomb site. I think they should be able to do so. Yep, Sobol looks up to his demise. And a big 21st coming in. They're going to get it early. Samey with the AWP. What can he get done? Not very much. Probably even just, you know, hold on to this with only 15 HP. Hades is after him, though. Hades is after him, and Hades is going to find him. 21 landed. They've got 2 opportunities to take the map.
And surely now it's all she wrote. 9. Tooth and nail. They've clawed themselves to this position. One more step. One more hurdle to overcome. And HONORIS, they're looking deflated. This is a prime opportunity to see themselves off on their opponent's map pick and going towards Vertigo with a wealth of confidence and a renewed vow that they can take this series and book their tickets towards Brazil. 21 to 19. 22, the magic number. 9 so close. Again, like we said, HONORIS, when they're under the pressure, they normally like to exceed. But it's just whether they have it in them now.
Oh. Taz with a spam. Nearly finds a kill. Not this time. Contact AWP. Oh, contact Kylar. Let's go. Beautiful shot from him. Very easily brings it into a 5-on-4. Are they even going to follow up on that? They have, you know, such an early advantage now. lunAtic goes creeping round. The right eye is so solid from Kai. Will be traded out. Not ready, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Reiko gets overwhelmed. And that might just be all she wrote for it. 4 versus 2. Not looking too good. Taz is down pretty quick. Samey making a lot of noise coming down, trying to be the distractionary element of this one. Nade onto the double doors, I suppose, is funny if nothing else. It's all going to be down to Taz. Tagged onto 25, finished by Hades, and they'll get it done. 22 to 19, nearly letting that one slip with a mishap in the 1v3 to take us to a second overtime, but ultimately it will be 9, stealing away their opponent's map pick. What a map from both teams, though, to be fair. There was multiple opportunities for both of them to maybe close it out, and unfortunately, it is 9. Unfortunately for HONORIS, of course, it is 9 that get it done.
Let's be real here. 9 should have seen that off in OT number 1. They threw a prime opportunity, but thankfully, they were able to kind of mentally